His Dark Materials launches on the BBC this evening, December 18, on BBC One at 7 p.m. The final outing will consist of 8 episodes, airing weekly on both sides of the Atlantic on HBO and the BBC. Here's the lowdown on the 3rd series and the future of His Dark Materials. Will there be another series of His Dark Materials? Sadly, the short answer is no, because the adaptation follows the book trilogy with each season covering the corresponding novel. Season 3 will be rounding off the story using material from the last novel, The Amber Spyglass. Although His Dark Materials might have came to an end, author Pullman went on to write another trilogy called The Book of Dust, expanding the universe he'd created. The Book of Dust trilogy is a prequel, with the first book La Belle Sauvage set 12 years before the events of Northern Lights, which is the start of the His Dark Materials. However, the second novel in the Book of Dust trilogy, The Secret Commonwealth, takes place after the events of His Dark Materials and picks up with Lyra as a 21-year-old. Pullman is now working on the 3rd and final installment of the Book of Dust, which will round off the story. Given the success of His Dark Materials, the Book of Dust could be adapted, with Dafne Keen potentially reprising her role once more to play an adult version of Lyra. Reflecting on the end of His Dark Materials, Keen said, "I'm actually quite sad that it's ending. I'm sad it's especially because of the people I've worked with, because I've been working with basically the same crew and the same cast for the last 5 years or so. And it's really sad to think I'd go back to every year and I'd spend 8 months with them a year in Cardiff. I'm not going to be doing any more." Teasing the last ever series, Keen said, "Well, we can expect more worlds, bigger worlds, more characters. It's darker, it's more raw, it's full of adventure." Appearing on This Morning this week, she was asked whether fans could expect romance between Will Perry, played by Amir Wilson, and Lyra. Dafne said, "I would say yes, for sure. We did play around a lot with that and it is very sweet. I think book lovers and Will and Lyra lovers will be very, very happy with that. We did, I think." She also addressed His Dark Materials coming to an end, commenting on how the drama had been such a big part of her life and career. Dafne said, "I started auditioning for Lyra when I was 11 and I started filming when I was 13. She continued about how she wasn't prepared for the scale and scope of the show. "I was just on set for Logan at the time actually, and I was kind of like just doing my thing, just doing the self-tape, and then I got it and I don't think I clocked it until it came out," she said. After landing the role, she addressed her relationship to Pullman's source material. "What I did was I read all 3 books when I got it and I'd reread the book of the season I was doing. So I've read most books twice, some of them I've 3 a bunch of times. I think it's very important because there's so many book lovers that have read it, and it's about staying loyal to them and giving as accurate depiction of what Philip wrote as possible, so we did stay quite loyal to the books, so I didn't want to forget them at any point." His Dark Materials Season 3 starts tonight on BBC One at 7 p.m.